Hi everybody, this is Kelly with Respectful Parent, and today I'm talking about screen time. Last week I talked about screen time for older kids, talked a little bit about Fortnite and how to handle that situation, and a lot of you had questions, well, what about younger kids? My kid isn't 10 yet, what do we do about that? So there's several things you can do without it turning into a battle, because nobody wants a battle, it's exhausting. So understandably, there were questions, and I'm not here to tell you how to handle screen time in your house or how much is appropriate or anything like that, but I'm here to guide you in what will work for your family, because everyone's different. So some people have children that are really sensitive to a lot of screen time, and it kind of short circuits them and they get either hyper or aggressive or their bodies just don't feel good. So the first thing we do is we talk about that with them, like, how does your body feel when you're watching screens, and how do you feel now after you've been outside or you're doing something else? So they're kind of aware of how it affects them. The second thing is modeling. So are you getting up first thing in the morning and checking your phone? Maybe you can plug it in somewhere else. Are you constantly doing that? Is that the first thing you do? So another thing you can do is change where you have them. Maybe you keep them where they're not so readily available, so it's not so easy and tempting. Another thing you can do is set family rules around screens together, because when you set rules together, you're understanding each other better and you're able to set rules that everyone agrees on, and those are ones kids are most likely to stick with. So what that looked like in our family is, hey, so when you watch videos or play video games on your iPad, what does that do for you? What do you get out of it? And my daughter, who is 7, said, well, I just like to do it to relax and unwind and just kind of be alone. Okay, so you want to relax and be alone, and I worry if you're on it too much. So what are some other ways that you can relax and be alone? And we decided she likes to take baths, she likes to play with her LOL dolls, and she likes to go on the swings. So, okay, so we have the screens, we have LOL dolls, we have bath, all of these things. So we look at how much time she has and figure out, okay, you want to play this, you want to play this, you want to play this, and then where do you want to fit the screen in? Okay, so that looks like about 30 minutes for that. Is that good with you? That's fine with me. Is it fine with you? Whatever the amount of time is, that's up to your family. But you can kind of decide what is an appropriate amount of time, remembering that little kids don't have a real good grasp of time. So you might want to say 1 show, 2 shows, 1 show and a game of Minecraft, whatever it is, but you want to be a little bit more concrete than half an hour, because that's kind of abstract to them. So you're understanding why they're doing it, which gets to the root of the problem, and they're understanding why it bothers you. Maybe you don't care about the amount of screen time, but you care that you can't get them off it when you need them. So the answer to that is you join them. And so we had this example last night. My husband was having a hard time getting my son, who's older, off of his video game. And I said, you gotta connect. So that's the key. First is, instead of just saying it's time to get off, that doesn't give any recognition to the process that the child is in. So I told him, you gotta connect. And he goes, why don't you go show me again? Because he's been having this frustration. And so I went in and I stood by my son. You gotta be next to a person when you're communicating something that's important to you. I said, hey, it looks like you're almost at the end of this part of the game. Would that be a good time to get off? Yeah. Okay, well, how long do you need? 2 or 3 minutes. Great. So I was thinking 5 or 10 minutes would be fine. He's ready to get off in 2 minutes. All he needed was to be recognized that whatever he was doing was also important. They don't do this to annoy us. They do it because they want a sense of completion. They need a little time to digest. That kind of thing. So if you still get resistance after you join them, and so I call it joining, you want to join them and acknowledge where they are, and then slowly pull them out if they're really stuck in it. And playing with them, seeing what they like about the games will help you connect, maybe help you understand. So there's some things like that. But playing the games and understanding what they're about is also important. So again, you can, if that still doesn't work, you can explain to them the impact that it has. Hey, when I talk to you and you don't respond because you're so into this, it's hard for me because I don't know if you hear me or you've understood what I communicated, and I don't know if you know dinner's ready. So when they understand how something affects you, because you're their first relationship, they begin to understand how they affect other people. And that's laying the groundwork for self-awareness for the rest of their lives. So when you include them in the processes of their lives, they're more likely to trust you, to think for themselves, and to understand how things impact them and other people. I hope that helps you with any screen time issues that you have. That's how we handle it in our house. And it takes a lot of trust, but it has helped us significantly. So thank you very much. I'm Kelly at respectfulparent.com, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you.